Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto. Hope you're having a great day. So I promised you this morning that I was going to do another video. All right. The obvious is Sam Bankman-Fried got arrested, blah, blah, blah. Criminal charges, fraud, going to be extradited, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. Okay. Whatever. What the hell ever. The only thing that I'm interested in is who he was doing business with, who knew what was going on, and who enabled him. Okay? All right? That's where we are. Now, let's get to the real point, which is the SEC and Gary Gensler, the CFTC and Rostin Benham. Both agencies and both chairmen dropped the ball and got caught with their pants down with regard to FTX. Think about it. Just play it back in your head. This is not a far-fetched idea. This is like serious. Because now they've got a heap load of charges to bring against Sam Bankman-Fried. Okay? I'm not saying that Sam Bankman-Fried should not be arrested. I'm saying, hell yeah, take the guy to jail. The charges that are being brought against him, he probably deserves all that. He's not innocent. For real, for real. However, he's not the only person involved. And I mean outside of his circle. He's not the only person involved. Who else was involved? Who enabled him? Okay? He's not going to be able to play the I'm stupid card. I didn't know what I'm doing. That's not what's going to happen. That's not going to fly. That's not going to fly. The problem is that you have a lot of people that are in the know that know better. And this young he's not kid. He's a grown-ass man. Okay? I had a long conversation with my friend David. What's up, David? And it was around, his parents. Two compliance lawyers, attorneys, know their stuff. And he was like, oh, his parents should be. No. That's mom and dad. That's it. That's mom and dad. They gave him a roof over his head, food in his stomach, one of the best educations money can buy. And this is what he did with it. He's a grown-ass man. He brought it upon himself. Period. Parents have nothing to do with it. No matter, except for they've got some connections that he probably leveraged. But what he did with those connections, okay, that's it. Unless there is a legal standing, there is nothing you can say about his parents. There's everything to say about him. There's everything to say about everybody who did business with him. Everybody who took, quote unquote, a percentage, investment from him. You didn't find it weird that he's investing this amount of money from you and then you're supposed to take that money and buy FTT? You didn't find that strange? Or a certain amount in FTT? Are you serious? Look at Kevin O'Leary, my favorite guppy. That's right. From now on, Kevin O'Leary to me, Mr. Wonderful, is a guppy, not a shark. You mean to tell me you got into this business and you're such a shark that you didn't look over his finances? You and your team didn't look over his finances? Are you serious? You didn't realize that, he doesn't have a he doesn't have a CFO? Okay? He didn't have all of these things and you still invested $15 million. Okay, well, Kevin's rich. He's loaded. He's wealthy. Okay. $15 million. He's not going to be happy to lose it, but $15 million. But when it first came out, $15 million in, $15 million out. Meaning he invested $15 million and then he got paid $15 million. Now he's saying he's going to give the $15 million back. And then he would be out the $15 million. He doesn't have to give the $15 million back. He's taking a hit on his self, right? On his reputation. That's why he's saying he's going to give the $15 million back, in my humble opinion. But that's neither here nor there. Who actually enabled Sam Bankman-Fried to do what he was doing? That's the question. Moving aside from that, because that's the shiny thing that everybody's going to be focused on, let's talk about a little bit of, how Binance and CZ are going to possibly face, criminal charges by the United States. Keep it there, by the United States, supposedly for money laundering. Wait a minute. There are banks, big banks. You can go research what banks had to pay what billions or hundreds of millions of dollars in freaking fines for money laundering. Then I want you to find out which one of those CEOs, which one of those executives went to jail. Traditional finance, money laundering. Who went to jail? Tell me who went to jail when Lehman Brothers went down. Tell me that. Just, again, keep things in perspective. Take all the information that's available to you and then think about it. It's not a conspiracy theory. I'm not talking about conspiracy theories. My friend Nick got on me today. What's up, Nick? My friend Nick got on me today. He was like, oh, you can't talk about conspiracy theories. I'm your source. I got it. But we're not talking about conspiracy theories. We're talking about these are events that are playing out in front of us right now. That's not a conspiracy theory. These are facts now. These are things, these are events that happen that are winding up in a court of law. So they want to bring CZ in. They're looking to bring CZ in. That could be the next step. They're looking to bring charges against Binance. CZ doesn't come into the United States. So great. What's the most that happens? Binance.us would have to cease operations in the United States. That's not going to hurt Binance. That's not going to hurt Binance. Okay? If you look at Hester Peirce, who's waiting in the wings, Gary Gensler eventually, in my humble opinion, will be pulled onto the carpet and have to answer for his poor management of the SEC. That's right. I said it. I said what I said. Poor management of the SEC. Full stop. Now, you look at that and you go, well, what's Hester Peirce saying? Well, she's saying, listen, she's been here since 2018 and she has not seen any kind of real movement in crypto regulation at the SEC. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. So all of these companies are trying to do something, trying to build things, and the SEC has not weighed in except through prosecution. Okay? Just pay attention to all this stuff. Good news, Galaxy Digital. I told you last week. Galaxy Digital was vying, won the auction, was vying to purchase GK8 and its assets from Celsius Network. Well, guess what? Judge today ruled, yep, they can do it. Done. That's going to be a big move for Galaxy Digital. Big move for Galaxy Digital. Go Mike Novogratz. Good chess playing, dude. Good chess playing. Just saying. Then you have Silvergate, who has exposure to FTX, right? I told you a few days ago, Silvergate had exposure. They were cutting their digital asset deposits by $10 billion. That's what they did. They still have exposure, and the news finally hit mainstream, and their customers are taking it out on them, to say the least. The stock dropped 13% in 24 hours. 13%. That's big. Is it survivable? Yeah, I think they're solvent. I think they'll be fine. Whatever. Maybe if the stock price goes down too far, they'll have to get bought out. Whatever. Whatever. It's a bank. Banks don't die. They just get gobbled up. Serious. Going back to CZ Binance. Binance has seen almost $4 billion. Earlier this afternoon, it was $3.6 billion out the door. They've got the money. It's not a problem. It's not a problem at all. Understand what's going on. Binance as a service, there's no problem. They made a few bad decisions. They made a few bad decisions, and they're paying for it. Simple. All right? Don't sleep on Hester Peirce. Do your own research. Don't let people lead you. Okay? Do your own research and manage your investments directly. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. I'm not going to go through the numbers tonight because we're moving sideways until tomorrow when we actually hear from the Fed and what the move is going to be. I think it's going to be 50 basis points. We're going to see one or two more 50 basis point moves before we see a 25 and a pause. That's my idea. This is Eddie J on crypto. Hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.